First of all, I am obliged to share some very sad news with you. It's with a heavy heart that I want to share the news that you may already know, that April Freeman passed away suddenly. She was running to represent us in the United States Congress in District 17. So if you could take a moment of silence to just reflect on that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. The challenge that I've noticed of running for office, what people do to upend their lives to try to serve their communities is nothing short of amazing. The sacrifices that some of these people that are running for office, many of you have experienced it, many of you have witnessed it. I've just become more aware of the sacrifice, and I'm just stunned that so many people are willing to do it, and my hats are really off to those that do. I want to tell you a little quick story. I have not been involved in politics for very long. I actually started volunteering in the Hillary Clinton campaign because I couldn't believe what the other side was putting forward as a presidential candidate. I just thought, this is crazy. I must be watching, what I'm seeing cannot be happening in front of my eyes. So I went and volunteered to campaign with the Hillary Clinton campaign. I got to meet April Freeman, and she quickly started telling me that she's running in this District 17, which is a heavily Republican district, very hard district to win. And it was an uphill battle all the way. But one of the things that kept her fighting was the fact that she was going out to Okeechobee, and she was meeting with people. She was carrying a picture. First of all, she would carry a picture of Tom Rooney with her, who's the sitting U.S. congressman, and ask people if they knew who he was. And everyone would say no, and then she would say, well, he's the person that's representing you in Congress. And then she would talk to them about some of the values that she stood for, and she would get agreement from a lot of the people in a lot of these small towns that the things that Tom Rooney was doing in Congress and the things that some of the Republicans were doing in Congress were not, they were basically not consistent with the values of the voters. In fact, the voters were actually voting against their own best interests in a lot of cases. And we've seen that, I guess, over and over again. And with the loss of April, she was fighting this fight to try to speak to some of the people that didn't have a voice and try to really stand up to address some of the needs that they didn't know that government took care of. And so many voters in so many of the rural areas voted out of either habit or some sort of tribal loyalty, and yet she was willing to go out and try to educate them. So that is just a tremendous testament to her character. Now, we have some logistics that we need to deal with in these unusual events. I'd just like to share what I know about them so that I know that some people have been curious. April's district covers 10 counties, and each of the chairs of the local Democratic Party will vote on a replacement to take April's place. April Freeman's name will be on the ballot, so we encourage you to vote April Freeman for U.S. Congress District 17. The person that will be taking her place will be named in the next few days, and we'll make you aware of that soon. What I'd like to also do is make you aware that this District 17 has always been a challenging district. It's been gerrymandered. It's one of the largest districts. It's got 10 counties that it covers. It's really a hard district for a Democrat to be even competitive in. But the fact that April ran for this twice is just shows a level of sacrifice that most people aren't willing to make. But I want to also preface that with, we have other races that are in our area that need our support and deserve some attention. And I'd ask you to look north to Sarasota, because David Shapiro is hopefully going to be here to speak to you all, and he is coming really close. He can share the statistics, but he's coming really close to taking over Vern Buchanan. Vern Buchanan is one of the richest men in Congress, and David Shapiro is gaining ground on him and doing a heck of a job at it. He just recently was awarded $500,000 from the DCCC in matching funds, so it's worthwhile to keep an eye on that race, because realistically, that's going to be a race that we have a really good chance of running a really good chance of taking over, much better so than, frankly, than what we have in 17. Don't give up a vote to a Republican in District 17, but do consider supporting the other candidates in the other areas. Now, I have one last thing that I want to let you know. We've just basically agreed in principle to rent out the Charlotte Harbor Event and Conference Center, so I want you to mark your calendars for October 15th. We're hoping to bring all of the statewide candidates to Punta Gorda so that we can talk about how the blue wave can face the challenges of the red tide and the harmful algae blooms. And we're going to have the ticket come down, and we're hopeful that we're going to have Senator Nelson, Andrew Gillum, and the whole ticket, and some additional environmental experts come and speak about this event on October 15th. So please mark your calendars. It's going to start around 5 o'clock. We'll be doing some fundraising, but we'll also be doing an open forum, open to the public, where we want to try to have an opportunity for a lot of the local people there's a lot of local people that have been affected by the harmful algae blooms and the red tide, and many of them have continued to vote against their best interest. And part of the reason they've done so is, I think, that we Democrats have not given them a better reason to vote for us than to vote for the incumbent. So on October 15th, what we're going to try to do is show that they do have a better chance, they do have a better choice, and they do have a better chance of a better solution by voting for Democrats. And we want to bring those Democrats here so they can talk to them face to face, they can listen and learn from these, some of the great tickets. We have got one of the best tickets on the statewide platform that we've ever had. We're so fortunate to have Joan Fischer running for commissioner here in Charlotte County. So it's important that we get out the vote, and we're going to try to do it in a big way. That auditorium holds 1,700 people. So we need you to go out and tell each of your friends to mark their calendar for October 15th and attend this event. So with that, I'm open for any questions.